Yo, what is up guys, it's the Goblin. I'm back in today with another Call of Duty video, and in today's video it's going to be more of a commentary style video, and we're going to be talking about the best Call of Duty games that were cancelled, never released, or never made in the Call of Duty series, because there's a lot of Call of Duty games that, just apart from the ones we know, the traditional Black Ops, Modern Warfare, World at War, there's a lot of things in the Call of Duty franchise that were being developed, or were ideas that really never came out for certain reasons, and I got this idea for this video from another YouTuber named Tiago Spartan. He was talking about Call of Duty games that were never made, and then I did some research on my own. I came across this page on the Call of Duty wiki, which talks about canceled Call of Duty games. I thought this would be perfect to talk about in a video. I did some pretty interesting stuff. So if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, if you guys could all drop me a like on this thing, I'd really appreciate that. If you guys are feeling generous and want to drop me a like early, or you can watch till the end of the video. And also, this gameplay here is some arena mode, so it's not just me pub stomping some people. It is arena mode. Now this is like a few days ago. I was just starting up in arena mode, so I'm a pretty low level, so the kids I'm playing are not the best, but they're not the same caliber as pub stompers. But I'm able to drop like 50 kills in hardpoint, which I think is pretty good even against these players. So I just thought it'd be a cool gameplay. I'm not claiming I'm some pro player or anything like that. I saw on my other video I was talking about how I played arena before, and people were calling me out saying, "You're not a pro player, what are you talking about?" I'm not talking about a pro player. I'm saying the arena playlist in Call of Duty Black Ops 3, which is a lot of fun to play with my buddies. So let's get into this thing and talk about some of these Call of Duty games. So the first one is Call of Duty Vietnam, and Call of Duty Vietnam was titled Fog of War. That was its secret code name or whatever like that. It's a canceled installment of the Call of Duty series that was under development by Sledgehammer Games. So it was stated to be taking place in the 1960s and 70s in Cambodia, and the game was planned to be in the action adventure genre and would have taken the first third-person only Call of Duty game. So this game was trying to be a third-person Call of Duty game from Sledgehammer, and this was basically pretty weird. You know, after 8 months of development, the game only had 50 minutes playable, which Activision offered Sledgehammer the opportunity to help Infinity Ward with Modern Warfare 3. So this is basically Sledgehammer's own thing before they joined forces with Infinity Ward for Modern Warfare 3, and this game has been simply put on hold. Glenn Schofield said the game was most likely cancelled while they got offered into work with Modern Warfare 3, and then obviously we know Sledgehammer got its opportunity to make their own game with Advanced Warfare, and it looks like they didn't go for the Call of Duty Vietnam. They straight up did Advanced Warfare, which I think a third-person Call of Duty game really would not be the smartest idea. Like, not as the main Call of Duty game. If it was just a spin-off, that would be cool, but Call of Duty has always been a first-person shooter, and I think that they shouldn't change that up. But Call of Duty Vietnam actually sounds like a pretty cool game, they said right here, Schofield said that if they were ever asked to make a third-person Call of Duty game, so if there ever was going to be a third-person Call of Duty game, they would go back and continue development of Vietnam. So it's still put on hold. This game still could come out possibly if they ever decide to do a third-person Call of Duty game, but as of right now, it looks like they're sticking to the first person, which I think would probably be the best. Now, the next one we have here is Call of Duty Devil's Brigade, which was another canceled third-person shooter developed by Underground Development. Now, this was set in World War II, focusing on Italy. In the game, the D-pad was used to direct orders to the player's squad. So this was the first, it's sort of like pings from League of Legends in Call of Duty. This was the first sort of thing that they had that in. In World at War, I think you can sort of direct your soldiers if you're the party leader, but they had commands that were assault, barrage, hold the line, form up. One screen also showed the player giving a squad member the order to stealth kill an enemy soldier. So this game seems pretty cool for the campaign. I think they were basically just working on that. This game actually had, a little stuff being developed. It had some weapons for Call of Duty Brigade. It had AK-47, Thompson, MP40, and the default weapon, and they had flashbangs, grenade, and a few vehicles. So this game actually has some screenshots and stuff I'll show up on the screen. This game was in development a little bit more than the other games, and this was definitely a possibility to come out, but it eventually, came out canceled, and they never released this game. They're just working on it, and obviously they changed their mind to work on something else. Now, the next thing that we have for these games are some weird ones. This one is the Call of Duty real-time card game. So me, myself, back in the day, I used to play a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! I used to play in, tournaments for Yu-Gi-Oh! And stuff like that. Not like real tournaments, but just, at this card shop and stuff like that. That sounds really nerdy. I probably should not have said that, but whatever. Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, I was into all that stuff when I was probably 12 or 13. And there's this game, Call of Duty Real-Time card game. It's a collectible card game that was set to be produced by Upper Deck Entertainment, a trading card company. Upper Deck is one of the most popular trading card companies. They do like baseball cards, a lot of stuff like that. It was set to be released in fall 2008, but it was never published, and it was recommended for 2 players. So they were trying to make COD into a card game. What would that be like? That seems so weird. Like, it would be like, okay, I place my M8 with red dot against your VMP, I win the gunfight. Like, this seems kind of funny, but this was definitely an idea for a Call of Duty card game, and eventually, they don't say for what reason, but it never ended up coming out through Upper Deck. So that's kind of, I think this could have been kind of cool. Who knows how it would have turned out. It could have been complete trash, could have been really cool, and we never really know. Now, the next one we have right here is Call of Duty Combined Forces, which is a sequel to Call of Duty Finest Hour that was pitched to Activision after the completion of Finest Hour. But eventually, because of the game, it was going to cost so much to make. It was going to cost $10.5 million to complete, and they were in lawsuits with EA. Activision was in lawsuits with them and other production problems. They eventually just ended their contract with Spark Unlimited Activision and just rejected it. So this game never came out. But this was actually going to be a first-person shooter, Call of Duty Combined Forces, which was going to be way back in the day, you know, years before any of these modern Call of Duties that we have, that it never ended up coming out. You know, the first game that really changed how multiplayer games were made was Call of Duty 4. Call of Duty 4 had one of the sickest multiplayers. COD 2 and COD 3 were good, but COD 4 just blew up the series, and then eventually it turned into, you know, MW2, MW3, which just took it so much farther. Now, these are all the Call of Duty games that were, you know, canceled and stuff like that. But what about these Call of Duty games that were never made? I'm talking about World at War 2. Call of Duty World at War 2 was a huge possibility to come out this year as Black Ops 3, because basically, when everyone looks at these companies, it's basically they go back and they make a sequel to one of their old ones, or they come up with a new thing entirely. And obviously, World at War was not the most successful game. It's similar to sort of Advanced Warfare, I think, because World at War sort of worked how back in the day when Call of Duty 4 was out, and then World at War came out, a lot of people switched to World at War, obviously, because it was the newest Call of Duty, but eventually, most of the player base and the fan base ended up just going back and playing Call of Duty 4 some more, because World at War was not near as popular as Call of Duty 4, and I think that's why they decided to make the remake Black Ops 3, or not the remake, but the sequel, instead of World at War 2. Black Ops 3 obviously builds off 2 popular games, Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. Treyarch's most popular games, undoubtedly, those are Treyarch's most popular games, more popular than World at War. And then eventually they came out with Black Ops 3, and it turns out that it's worked out pretty good this year. I think Black Ops 3 is a pretty good shooter game, and it's a lot of fun. Now, the other games that never ended up coming out were obviously for this year, for Infinity Ward, we had up on the table Ghost 2 and Modern Warfare 4. Those names are just so good. Even Ghost 2 sounds pretty good. Obviously, I think we can realize that the way or the reason that Ghost 2 didn't come out, because Ghost was not very liked. It sold not too much. It was pretty much trashed on, and that's why they decided not to do that. Modern Warfare 4, I can't figure out for the life of me why they didn't, at least consider that option or something like that. They said they were done with the Modern Warfare series, I guess, and 3 installments is enough. But I think that if your first 3 installments of the series are super good, why not go with number 4? You know, until you mess up, the series is still going to be good. And if Black Ops 4 came out, I don't think anyone would be mad even now. You know, there'd be some people complaining, saying, I play Black Ops all the time, go back to the old Call of Duty games, but Modern Warfare, you really can't go wrong, and I think Modern Warfare 4, obviously, we can see from the trailer for what they did choose to do, which was Infinite Warfare. I think Modern Warfare 4 might have been a lot better of an option, at least, the Modern Warfare trailer just seems like it would have got so much hype, and it just... I'm kind of sad for Infinity Ward as a company for, not even announcing Modern Warfare 4, or, I just think that game would have turned out really good, and I think if it was anything like the first 3 Modern Warfares, it would have been a fan favorite, and that's Modern Warfare is probably my favorite series on Call of Duty, and then Black Ops would be obviously my second favorite series, because those are they're the 2 most popular series. But those are all the Call of Duty games that were canceled, never made, or never even considered, and obviously we got Infinite Warfare coming out, and Call of Duty 4 Remastered. So hopefully this video gave you guys some insight onto these old Call of Duty games, and I wanted to, let you guys know about this, because I thought this was a pretty cool thing to make a video on. When I heard about these third-person Call of Duty games, I'd never really heard about these before. I thought thought, well, that's pretty sick, but I don't know how that would have turned out. And I think it was a good idea that they canceled those, because I think the main Call of Duty game should always be first person. If you're gonna do third person ones, they should obviously just be spin-offs or you know, expansion packs or whatever you want to call it. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. I hope you guys did like this video. I thought it was a pretty cool thing to talk about. This gameplay, I do go, I think 51-19, which is pretty good for arena mode. I'm trying to rank up on arena and hit master, like level 20, I think, or 21 is master. So I'm definitely gonna be doing that. Maybe I'll live stream or upload. If you guys want to see me play some competitive COD, let me know in the comment section. I could upload some arena mode. If you guys made it to the end of the video, comment Call of Duty down in the comment section down below. Drop a like, and thank you guys for watching. Have a great night, and I'm out. Peace.